Minister, the focus of the European Year of Skills is lifelong learning. There is an old adage that says education will set you free. I think that applies depending on where you live in the world today. And it may ring true, but what is absolutely indisputable is that onward education and learning delivers opportunity in terms of employment potential and the remuneration that one can command. The report that your department has come up with highlights some key observations: that Ireland's participation in third-level education is above the OECD average, and also that our participation in lifelong learning, which is the basis of developing new skills and abilities, although above the EU average, does not rank us with the top-performing countries with whom we are competing, and I think it's a worthy goal that we should try and change that. Many Irish employers have expressed concerns about the present skills gap they are saying they see in various business sectors, and this situation will absolutely get worse as the specialist areas of work advance and change, and that is something we have to remediate. It is also certain, Minister, that it is a fact for life now that a job for life does not exist anymore. We are all called on to improve our skill set and to add to our learned capabilities if we are to remain truly productive throughout our lives, and I would say truly employable as well. And that this fact is probably largely related to the area of personal development. And I think this is an area that needs to be looked at, Minister, in terms of our school curriculum. I think we absolutely need to start implementing personal development courses, both at nationally and secondary schools, as part of the education syllabus. Ultimately, your report highlights the need for national policy to direct investment to creating opportunity for people to advance their training and learning, regardless where they are in work and whether they are in it or out of it. It is also a question of matching the right talents and abilities with skill sets that can deliver the best professional development of individuals. This will require a body of work, Minister, in an economy like ours, which is close to full employment. Access and costs to further and onward skills and education is not always equally available, and neither is it always promoted by employers who may want to see their employees develop their best work attributes, but they may not often wish to incentivise them to launch into different career areas, resulting in said employers having to go back to the recruitment agency again. Minister, EU social targets are calling for at least 60% of adults in training every year, and at least 70% of these being in employment. These targets are frankly nuts, to be honest with you. The current labour market participation rate in Ireland hovers around the 60 to 65% range. The last and latest obvious data from 2017 suggests just 8% of Irish adults participated in formal educational activity. In my own region, the South East, participation rates in the labour market and in formal education are lower than the national average. Minister, if government is serious about achieving the EU 2030 social goals, why the continuing to delay, Minister, in the South East Technological University, our only university in the South East region? Why the delay in delivering to Waterford and Carlow campuses the academic buildings promised under a PPP contract arrangement? I have said in this House before, Minister, there was no problem to government to greenlight the PPP investments in education in Dublin and Cork universities to the tune of €330 million in 2020. Why was the South East region bypassed for such investment at that time, Minister? Did we think that the skills shortage then was not an issue in the region? Furthermore, Minister, you and the department have made a slow bicycle race of the purchase of part of the old Waterford Crystal site, a site first identified by the Taoiseach in 2020 in this House, a site that was on the open market since 2017, and yet diligence proceedings now ongoing are slated to take up to the end of the year to complete. Is it a case, Minister, that some in your own department require access to further skills development to achieve greater efficiency and speed in the delivery of their own work? We all know the world of work is changing, Minister, and the challenges of an ever-accelerating digital economy are coming into view very quickly and sharply. Artificial intelligence and robotics present some of the greatest challenges and possibly some of the greatest opportunities to countries who can successfully position their education to integrate, to understand and to best utilise this technology to create improvements in our social and economic environment. How should this best be done, Minister, considering such skill sets will likely require all of the capability of university-based research and development in this country? As you know, Minister, back to the South East, the 3 scientific gateways of SEAM, PMBRC and Walton Institute, which are in Waterford, are some of the most advanced and successful of the 15 gateways in the country. They are individually and collectively very well placed to contribute to development and opportunity for people from industry to engage in further education to be funded from the South East Technological University budget and whatever research grant monies they can win. So they can be a considerable educational driver of the South Eastern region and of the national economy. But where, Minister, is the commitment from you or your department to deliver parity of esteem in terms of third-level educational spend to the new South East Technological Universities? I haven't seen it written anywhere, Minister. I haven't seen any minister come into this House and state it on the Dáil record. Where, Minister, within your department's communications is exceptionalism cited for the region, understanding that this region has no national university of Ireland to back up its third-level educational output. The comments of Minister Harris here today in relation to his desire to see transformational learning opportunity delivered will make no sense in the South East region without an equitable share from university funding disbursement and an acknowledgement by the Minister and Government that SETU is to be treated with parity of investment as is given to the other regions' universities in third-level activity. Minister, there are many challenges facing our national economy in coming years. Our ability to withstand the digital and demographic changes that will affect our society will be a function of our ability to continue to compete for both international markets and international investment. The climate change challenge is also immense, and yet here too Ireland can be a technology leader in this area if policy steps that are required are implemented. That will also require an innovative and technically adept workforce, and that is now what we should be concentrated on delivering. But none of this, Minister, will happen without adequate investment in skills and education. And for my own region, it will not happen without parity investment in third-level academia.